Disney is right on the same level as being an alcoholic and being a gambleaholic. You need warning labels on Disney because of the prices. But listen, no one's going to Disney World to save money. That is not what we're going for. You know what you're getting yourself into.
Saving money, and then there's just like, yo, this is outrageous. As I start to grow up, and my people I know have kids, and they're starting to go on vacations. Like, what bothers me is like, if you have a gambling problem or an alcohol problem and you keep going to a bar or you go to a casino, it's like that's your vice. It's like at least going into it, like, hey, this is a vice. Like I'm gonna gamble everything away. It's a vice. Like it's advertised as a vice. There's warning labels on the commercials. Like I get it. Now Disney World has become a vice for so many people. I know somebody who is taking their family unit down to Disney who can't afford it. They're selling like stocks to be able to go to Disney every year. They're selling their 401k. They're liquidating everything to go to Disney World. It's because they have to show the magic for their family unit. And it's like, okay, maybe like if your kid was about to turn like 9, 10, 11, 12 and you've never been, but they're addicted and they do it every year and they can't afford it. And I know they can't afford it and they continue to do it. And so it's like, it's an addiction. And I get that it's a business and this and the magic and this and that. It's like, you're going to drive this family into the fucking ground is what you're going to do. And you're going to put them on the mat. Disney, Mickey Mouse is going to have them in an arm bar and he's going to choke them silly and don't choke them out. He's going to choke this family out. So that's,
yeah,
we need a warning label. I need a warning label with these prices, Pat.
We have on the Sorry We're Closed podcast, the number one business podcast in the world, have just related going to Disney World with your family on the same level as alcoholism, gambling. This is a whole. One of the things I love about TiVo is you have to watch. You have to watch the show, right? So, which we don't put the whole show up on YouTube, but you have to watch the show because you're about to get something crazy when TiVo starts laughing and smiling when he's prefacing what he's about to say. Because you just know he's replaying what he's about to say in his head. He's realizing this is insane what I'm about to say. And this is going to be great. So again, you've heard it here first, folks. Disney is right on the same level as being an alcoholic and being a gambleaholic. You need warning labels on Disney because of the prices. But listen, I'm with you though to a degree. Clip it. 100%.
This guy, I'm with you.
I'm with you. Clip it. Man, you can produce that to make it look like I fully agree with whatever you just said.
I think I might. I think that's how I'm going to spend the rest of my day.
I'm with you 100%. But listen, if you can't afford it, it's one thing to want to do this for your family. You're right. It's one thing to want to do this for your family.
Exactly. And building on that point, I see again, this isn't everybody, but the stuff that goes viral and you see these videos, like a lot of this time I'm watching, I'm like, it doesn't feel like it's for the kid. It kind of feels like it's for you.
Yeah.
You're addicted. You're addicted to the vice.
Yeah. Listen, there's a whole world of Disney adults, and it's a whole thing. You can go on TikTok and look this up, and then you'll have these adults that love to go out there. They'll have the Mickey Mouse ears on and all that jazz, which again, listen, everybody has their thing, right? Everybody has their thing. I am not here to judge anybody, unlike TiVo, for your thing. With that being said, we have to be a little financially savvy here. I'm a big proponent. We've talked about my bill in Vegas years ago. We've talked about, if you go out into a club in New York City, if you go to a high-end restaurant in New York City, that high-end restaurant in New York City, you're going to pay, your drink price is going to be double what it typically is. With the steak is going to be double what it typically is. That's what it is, because you're paying for more than just the food, right? You're paying for the ambiance. You're paying for the brand name. You're paying for the rent that is probably much higher than it would be somewhere else. You're paying for all of those things. It's not because they're greedy. It's because they have to, and and part of their business plan is developing this brand that allows them to do this. Disney's no different. They have developed a brand that specifically kids want to cut into and see. You do have your Disney adults, but specifically kids, I got to go to Disney World. It's so magical and all that stuff. And because of that, they put a lot of effort into the place and all that jazz, but it's expensive. It's expensive to do. And I've heard the same stories, TiVo. Obviously we've all seen the situations like these folks ended up with a $900 breakfast, but you see the story where people are saving up, parents are saving up to be able to afford to go to Disneyland because it's going to cost thousands of dollars to go there. And so you see that all the time. Listen, it's just, you You can't give in every year. I can't get on board with you doing it every year and liquidating your 401k. That I can't get on board with, because it's one thing to have to do it once or twice and feel the pressure and be like, all right, we'll go again. But to do it every year, you're not being financially intelligent. And here's the other thing. No one's strangers that has a family that gets pressure from their family to do things, right? But and this is what I think some people struggle. Not that people are going bankrupt to go to Disney World, but if you were to go bankrupt, worst case scenario, right? If you were to lose all your money, like that's worst case scenario. That same family that was pressuring you to go to Disney World is now going to be upset at you because you did not plan financially smart moves. So you owe it to yourself and to them, even though they don't realize it, as the provider or as the adults in the room there. You owe it to everybody to plan financially and be an intelligent person when you're going about this. Because again, if you're liquidating 401ks, if you're liquidating 401ks, yeah, it probably means you have nothing in savings. So you have no emergency fund, right, TiVo? So like now you lose your job, and you lose your job. You happen to lose your job right after the Disney trip. Oh boy, what's happening at that point? Because that is a real problem. I've been on unemployment a couple times as a guy who didn't necessarily need a ton of money at the time. I just needed to kind of help me pay some bills, so I didn't completely deplete my savings. It was stressful being on unemployment. It's not nearly enough money. It's not nearly enough money. And listen, you'll get more as somebody who's supporting a family. They'll give you more if you're making more, and so on and so forth. And it's not forever. It's a pain in the ass. So I hope that people are planning when it comes to, and this is what I want to talk about with Disney World, is that they command these prices. And you really shouldn't be all that surprised when you get there. There's enough stories out there to know that Disney World, Disneyland is expensive.